Hello guys, hope you are all doing well and fine. I'm Elham and today I'm here to talk about something important, very important. So yeah, last time I talked about laziness and the reason that's why we feel lazy, what made us lazy and makes us lazy. And now we need an action, right? Because we cannot sit back and say, accept it, you're a lazy person. No, we need to take an action because we soon get tired of this situation and we need to reach our goals. So today I'm here to tell you what did I do to actually make that happen. I'm not here to tell you that I'm not lazy anymore or bragging about myself that everything is okay. I made it. I reached all of my goals. But I actually had that laziness beside myself. It's stick to me for a long period of time. But with this laziness, I just made that happen. So if you watched my previous video, I blame social media. It's just cliche and not we cannot actually blame platforms or app or let them to take over our lives, right? I talked about a break, that when we need a break or something, we jumped over. The only available option is our phone. Shortest and the most available option there, huh? The social media, I mean. So yeah, we cannot do anything about it. But we don't have to let that happen. Yeah. Let me compare two things. For example, when you have this movie and this novel actually, I go for the movie because I can reach the end sooner, rather than reading this book and creating those images in my mind and rack my brain to understand it. Because when we watch movie, it is something visual and we can understand it. We have this character, everything, we can understand it well. But when we have a novel or a book, a thick book, we need to create the image, the character, and then we understand it. But visual things, we just sit back, relax, watch the movie, all the characters are there. We don't need to rack our brain to understand. More often, not for all the movies or novel, guys. Yeah. What should we do? What should we do? Okay, so we are lazy. We labeled ourselves as a lazy person. What should we do? Do we need to live the rest of our life just being lazy and don't do anything? Of course not. First thing first, I have to tell you that if you truly want something, but you don't go for it, it just means that you don't see the urge truly. I know, you maybe say that, no, we want that goal. I want to reach that goal. No, I want to try hard. Deep down, I truly want it. With my whole heart, I want to reach that. I want to, but I can't. But guys, you are still unsure. But you don't do anything to get out of this comfort zone. Because you already have this comfort zone and you don't see the urge. There is no need to change it, to just tear it apart or, just get out of it. I don't know, maybe you have this job, you live with your parents, you have this home and this room and just tiny things that still stick you to this comfort zone. Like your job, for example, you have this job, but it is not satisfactory. You don't like this job because it's a low paying job. You're not satisfied. You're not happy with your current situation, your job, your studies, and your scores. But still, it's your job. You cannot quit because you have this salary. You stick to it because if you quit, you don't have this anymore. So this is your comfort zone. It is around you and you cannot get out of it easily. It is something natural in all of us that if we have something, even though it's a small, very tiny things, we still have it, right? So we don't want to take a risk. And to me, at least, it was like this. I don't know about your guys. I'm not a counselor or mentor to tell you what to do or what not to do. The reason that I'm here is just tell you about my own experience and use your experience, and together we can have this beautiful life, with each other's help. To me, actually, it was like this. I myself wanted to immigrate for a long period of time, but back then I was working, even though I wanted to immigrate and just leave that job, resign from that job, and just quit and everything. But I couldn't take a risk to quit, and stick to studies and just go for immigration, take my IELTS exam. And I wanted to, deep down, I really wanted to. But actually, I had this job. It was not a well-paid job. It was messed up, but I got paid. I got paid. But I didn't do anything. The whole year, I didn't do anything. But hear me out. The time that they told me that don't come to work, and I was fired, literally, that was the time that I see this force, see this urge, and I bear a grudge. And I held that grudge, to be honest, because I was like, me? You don't want me to come to work? You cannot find better person than me. At that time, I was fired. I was like, oh my, I'm gonna show you. That was like a revenge or something, but I don't know, revenge from what or who, but it was a revenge. I feel like that I have to show them that you took me for granted. So yeah, from then I didn't have any job, I didn't have anything, any salary. I was at home, I was stuck in this room and everything, and I was like, I have nowhere to go. Yeah. So from then, I was like, I have to do something. That was about the time that I lose everything. That I lost everything, guys. But from then, I was like, now that I lost everything, I can get my focus, get my mind together and just focus on studying. So I saw the force and I stick to it for 6 months or more. I stick to that, and I was preparing for the IELTS exam by myself, and I was studying for almost 6 hours a day, even though right now I'm not a native speaker. I cannot talk that fluent, but guys, I stick to that for a whole time, and I didn't see. I myself was like, I'm a lazy person. I cannot even study for an let's say for hour, for a half an hour even. I was like this. I didn't see that in myself to study. Come on, you are bad. You're not good at studying for that period of time. But I did that. And I got my desired band score, and I was, you know, I was beyond this world. It was beyond this world, and I was over the moon, and I was like, the best feeling ever. So when you think about the goal, the time that you reach that goal, that prize, that award, you would do it. So you have to be under so much pressure to do something, because pressure is everything. Many people say that getting stressed and being stressed out and everything is not good for your mental health. But fuck that mental health for now. Just go for it. Nobody is out there to come and get your hand and get you out of this zone that you created. You have to do something, right? Okay, now that we got what is the reason, I want to tell you, I don't mean by that, I don't mean to just, study for 8 hours a day, and when you start from scratch, just go and beat yourself and hit that hard. No, not at all. You have to have this logic and organized plan. It would seem cliche, but you need a plan, you know. And by a plan, I mean a doable plan, not something beyond your expectation or beyond your ability. Because when we start that, even for months, we still, feel lazy. But commitment is everything, you know. You can set half an hour per day, you know, but little by little, gradually try to expand that half an hour, for months you maybe study or work for half an hour, just half an hour, and it's okay as long as you have this perseverance and commitment, and you continue that every day. You just can make it. You can make it for sure. Just believe me. Just set half an hour per day from the start, and little by little try to expand that. And tell yourself that I have to do it for God's sake, for just half an hour every day, every single day. Half an hour is nothing, you know. But after a long period of time, you will see that, oh my God, I made a lot of studying. So I don't mean to force yourself, but just force yourself to study for this tiny time. Just this. So don't forget to be consistent with your work, with your study, even if it's half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's just okay. You can study for 4 hours, day one, 5 hours, day two, 8 hours, day three. By day four, just 1 hour. And it's fine. It's just fine. At least you had that perseverance, and the amount is nothing, but the quality is everything. So I don't mean to force yourself, because I did that. I was trapped. I was, completely trapped, and I imprisoned myself to be at my room and study for 7 hours a day. And after a while, the result was completely upturned and the opposite, I was sick and tired, because I bet myself, I forced myself, I didn't, talk to anybody, and it was messed up. Don't do that, but set goals, set a plan, an attainable plan for yourself. Do everything that you want, have break, go to social media and do everything. But just if you want something, I think it's worth to just dedicate half an hour to it, every day, every single day. So commitment and perseverance is everything. Yeah, and that's it. I had so many things to say, but I don't want to make that video so long. Actually, I think I made that. I'm sorry. But anyway, these things, these were the things that I really wanted to talk about. So other people can understand and do it. Maybe it can help them. I really wanted to help you guys. So don't forget to subscribe and like this video, share that, and if you have any other experience, just tell me below comments. See you next time with another video. If you have any idea, if you want any subject to talk about and share our experience, don't hesitate to tell me, and see you next time. Bye bye.